Hello, beautiful, wild, sacred, wild sisters. This is Suzette Winona Summers, and I promised I was going to come on and talk about that meme that I posted earlier today. God didn't save you from the ocean to let you drown in a bathtub. And I remember when a mentor of mine, she would say that to me when I'd get nervous about taking a new step that required me to be courageous and brave. And when she first said it, I was like, what is she talking about? I don't get it. And then it started to make sense. So when we're in toxic relationships, everything can feel, we don't know what's going to happen next. It feels really unpredictable, unsafe. We start creating these neural pathways of fear and anxiety, and we're experiencing so much fear and anxiety that it makes it super challenging, really difficult for us to try new things, to step out and do something different, or stand up and speak our truth, or to take a new class, or get a new job, or all kinds of things. You know, it really, that anxiety, it starts to become part of our everyday life. It's not just like something that happens every once in a while. It's like every day we're experiencing anxiety. And a lot of times, hi Ellie, I'm talking about that meme that I posted earlier today about God didn't save you from the ocean to allow you to drown in a bathtub, and how that has to do with when we're in relationships. A lot of times there's so much anxiety, it becomes part of our everyday life, and it can be really difficult to try new things and to get out of our comfort zone and take a new class, or get a new job, or meet a new person, or do different activities. And a mentor of mine would say that phrase to me, reminding me that, okay, I moved out of some really, really scary, dangerous crap. You know, my relationship was not safe. And she would remind me, you moved through this stuff, all this little stuff. It's like, you've got this. And the way that I was able to do it was through having a deep connection with a higher power, with God, Goddess, Great Spirit, Creator, the Divine. It doesn't matter what it's called. It's that source of energy. It's that source of love for myself and for the world, and that sense of safety. And when I was in a relationship with my ex-husband, in a lot of ways, I made him like a god. You know, my life depended on his choices and what he did, and whether he came home or whether he didn't. Or, you know, my life was like in this, I felt like I was constantly in a life and death situation. So of course my anxiety's higher. My fight or flight is kicked in. You know, I was just running like on this anxiety and this fear all the time. And so once I left that situation, and to be honest, it required a lot of faith. It required me to trust that the way would be revealed, that my next right step would be revealed, and I would be supported by the universe and guided by the universe. And that one big step out of that really dangerous ocean of what my relationship was huge. So calling the phone company about a bill was tiny, right? But I still was living in that fear mode and that fear anxiety, and being reminded that, listen, you've already dealt with a lot of the big stuff. Now all this other stuff is little stuff. And for me, And I do that today. I continuously go back to Creator, to Source, when I'm scared, when I'm anxious, when I'm like, oh boy, here it comes again. Because it doesn't just go away. It doesn't just go away and all of a sudden, like, I'll never deal with that again. I'll never be anxious again. I'll never be afraid again. It happens, but now I have such a strong relationship with Creator, with Source, that when I get anxious, when I get fearful, before I go live, like, I'll pray and I'll say, let the words come to me. Let me speak truth. And or if I have to do something scary, if I have to confront someone, I'll connect with Source. I'll get myself into a quiet place and I'll ask to be guided. And that connection to the divine, to Source, we talked yesterday about enmeshment and how a lot of times in toxic relationships, when we're in toxic relationships, we become enmeshed with our partner. There's no differentiation because we hadn't set up boundaries. And the thing about Source is the divine, is when we create that deep interconnected relationship with the divine, we're like channeling that power, and that power is a beautiful source. It's a large, powerful source that is meant to be used for power. Other people are not where we should get our energy from. They're not good energy sources. But Creator, the divine, that's where we get our energy, and that's where we get our confidence when we start to connect with Creator, with Source, before we're afraid to do something. And then we step out and we trust and we surrender and we have faith and we feel that support behind us of Creator, and we know that my higher power is guiding this every step of the way. And then we step out and we do it and we see ourselves succeed. We stand taller, we feel more grounded, we feel proud of ourselves, we start to have self-respect, we begin to have self-esteem because we're doing things that were scary and we were courageous and we were brave. And that's who we're meant to be. That's like raising our vibration. We talk about that when we connect with Source and we are channeling that energy into us and we're living from that place. That's where we start to make magic happen in our lives, because we start getting empowered and believing in ourselves and taking bigger steps and trusting more and creating amazing things because we believe in ourselves, and we believe in ourselves because we know that we are channeling something even larger than this human body, something larger than our ego. We are channeling from the divine through our hearts. That is power. That is beauty. And then we're offering that love through us. And that just supercharges us. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And that's the way it's meant to be. So if you're afraid to take the next step, if you're afraid to do something uncomfortable, if you're afraid to meet that new person or apply for that job or, have a meeting with your boss about getting a raise, it's okay to be afraid. It's all right. Connect with your source. Pray for guidance. Trust in that power. Trust in that guidance. And take the step in spite of fear, and allow yourself to feel that energy. Allow yourself to feel that exhilaration. Allow yourself to shift that anxiety into exhilaration. Allow it to energize you. What an exciting ride. This life is meant to be exciting and filled with new things, new endeavors. We need you, sisters. We need you to rise up and feel your power and share that with the world. It's beautiful. It's beautiful and it's powerful and it's integral to the shifting of the planet. So I hope you gain something from this. Also, I want to remind you that if you're having a hard time connecting with Source, if you want some more guidance, more support, I'm here. You can private message me. I have a 12-week program. I'd love to share it with you. I'd love to see you use these tools and principles and all this juicy wisdom and knowledge that I've garnered over the years to empower yourselves and see yourselves rise. So private message me. We'll get a discovery call going, and we'll get you into this beautiful program. And I continue to look forward to speaking with you and to sharing with you. It's such a blessing to have you all here. If you have any questions, Ellie, do you have a question or anything? If anybody has a question, you can just message me now here, or you can put a message underneath and I can respond to it. I look forward to talking to you all soon and seeing what's going on and hearing about your relationship with Creator. What is that like for you? What is that like to know that you've been saved from an ocean and everything else is just a bathtub? Call on Source, call on Creator, and call me if you need some deeper work. All right, blessings. Take care.